Okay, here we go. Put this in vertex form. Once again, vertex form. What's different about this one? Has an A not equal to 1. Now, pay attention to this one very closely. This will be the hardest one in this section, maybe the chapter. If it's not, it's close to it. Here we go. There's a few steps to this one. What's your idea? Anybody got any ideas on what to do first? Sam?
Factor out 2 first.
Okay, now here's the two answers I get. Some people say factor, some people say divide. People say divide because we did that with the equation equal to 0. You see how you can kind of just twist things, okay? Some people say, let's divide by 2. If you did, you'd have y divided by 2. You don't want that. So what do? What's the word? Factor. So that's part 1. We factor out what? In this case 2, but in general, factor out the A. Now here's the other tricky part. Only out of, so here's the key. Only out of the first 2 terms. Yeah, it's different. This is different logic than you're used to. So please pay attention. Watch what I do. Y equals, you said factor out 2, I agree. Pull out a 2, parenthesis. But only factor it out of the first 2 terms. Watch. 2 times x squared gives me 2x squared. Minus what? 8x. Now, I'm stopping there. I'm going to end the parenthesis, but I'm going to leave a space. End the parenthesis. This times this gives you this, correct? I still have plus 24. Isn't this the same as up above? Is it not? Right? Right now it's the same. What could I do to this right here? I could, step 2, complete the square. Right here. What is it? So we're going to add 16 right here. And good job, Jenny. Here's the tricky part. Here's the tricky part. You think, people automatically think, okay, I added 16, so I'm going to subtract 16. Let me tell you this. You didn't add 16.
Oh, we added 32.
Do you see it? Do you see it? You need to get this. You need to understand this. And if you don't understand this part right here, the rest of the part, you won't be able to do these problems. You didn't add 16. Because it's in parentheses, you really added this times 16. So really, technically, you added 32 to this side. You didn't add 16. Which means you have to counteract that. Which means you have to subtract 32 here. If you don't catch that, if you don't understand what I just did, you're done with that problem. There's 5 to 10 points on the quiz or test. Okay? I'm going to give you one of these. Guaranteed. Okay? Now, catch this. Underline things. Tell yourself things. Complete the square. So I added 32, which means I subtracted 32. Let's finish it. It should be done now. Y equals 2 out front. This becomes a square. What is it? X minus 4 squared. And then plus 24 minus 32 minus 8. This is the final answer unless I say, which I do say, identify the vertex, which is 4, negative 8. If I said, what is the minimum, you would say negative 8. Please understand this problem. I plead with you. Please. Okay? Now, let's do one. I'll make up another one here. Just know the steps. Factor out A out of the first 2 things. 2, complete the square. And then step 3, what can we say? Add or subtract the opposite on the same. I never made up fully formed steps, so it's kind of like I'm doing this as I go. So, what can we say? Square C.
Y equals 4x squared minus 32x plus 48.
Add subtract a. Okay, add or subtract a times c, right? A times the c, right? Add or subtract the a times the c. Whatever you need to do, you have to decide. Should I add or subtract that? It all depends on if it's a positive or negative number. Okay? There's my steps. Just made them up. Oh. Somebody clean that desk. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 steps. You try one on your own. I just put add or subtract a times c. So whatever a, nobody thinks about the a. Everybody just thinks, oh, 16 minus 16. Don't think like that. It's the a times the c. Okay, try one of your own. This one isn't fractions. Same, but look at the question though. It's a different. The question doesn't say put this in vertex form. But why would we?
Because it's find the maximum.
Find the maximum height. So in my mind, okay. Find the max, meaning find the vertex, which means put this in vertex form. So go ahead, take this and do the same thing you did. Let's see what you come up with. Hopefully there's more hands this time. Here we go. Let's check it out. So pull out the negative 16. You got t squared minus what? 6t. Leave a space. You still got plus 3 on the end. Only pull a out of the first two. Remember that. Next, what is the c that makes a square? Plus 9 here. You don't minus 9 here. Don't get in that habit. You really do. You added negative 16 times 9, which means you really added a negative what? 144, which means you have to do the opposite here. You add a positive 144. That's the key right there. Key. Final answer. Negative 16t minus 3 squared plus 147. But actually, that's not the final answer. What is the maximum height of the baseball? 147 feet. How many people got that answer? Please don't lie to me. Okay. No. Good job. All right.